Imagine the future for your children, if you decide to have children, to be successful. But for other children, not so much. And those other children will become a part of our future and how certain events will take place within our world. Today, we're going to be talking about the Boys and Girls Clubs for America and why you should volunteer or donate a little bit of money to them in order to help improve a child's growth for a successful future that can benefit these children for tomorrow. We must discuss the problems that these children face, as well as solutions that combat against these problems and why it's important to help donate. Let us begin with the problems at hand and why it is a problem. Children today are currently struggling with academics within the classroom, and as well as struggling to stay healthy. Children are currently struggling to stay physically fit for activities such as physical education and sports. Ralph Manajah, a graduate research assistant at the University of South Carolina, as well as many of her colleagues, wrote that the majority of children and youth fail to meet current physical activity guidelines, meaning that currently, children are struggling to stay physically fit, to have healthy conditions. Ralph Manajah also wrote how inactivity among school-aged children is an important public health concern. If I was a parent, then I would want my child to have a healthy lifestyle with an appropriate amount of exercise every day. This first slide of my PowerPoint shows a child mainly on an iPad or some type of tablet device during physical education, which you should be doing an activity such as a sport, dancing, or simply just walking a mile around the campus. As well as you can also see other children are also on the tablet in the background as well. This picture also implements how children are becoming lazy today, not being physically fit through the use of current technology. Children are struggling academically, and they need one-on-one sessions with teachers or adults that are able to provide the time for them. This next slide on my PowerPoint is a picture of a child struggling with the work presented in front of them. This is a common sign of a child that struggles with the body language that he's showing. I myself have been in this in the past and still do with some of the current classes that I have to take, and probably will still have more to come. As well as my little brother who's in middle school, and my nephew who's in elementary school currently. Ken Springer, a professor at PhD in psychology at the University of Western Michigan University, as well as his co-researcher Nancy L. Dolch, a professor at the PhD in the early child development, writes how numerous studies indicate that homework has small positive benefits for academic achievement, meaning that homework currently does not help these children gain the knowledge needed to successfully solve problems, as you saw previously with the slide of the child struggling with his homework. Now that we talk about the problems at hand, how about we talk about ways to combat this? Ways to solve this matter. There are organizations that can help these children against these struggles that they face for a better future. An organization called the Boys and Girls Clubs for America can help these children grow healthy and smart as independent adults when they grow up in the future. In my audience analysis, I asked if you ever heard of the Boys and Girls Clubs for America. 95% of you said yes, and 5% of you said no. Which is fine. No worries. Ken Springer writes the following to define the Boys and Girls Clubs for America. Boys and Girls Clubs for America is a nonprofit organization comprising 4,000 individual community-based clubs that serve more than 4 million children after school each day. Meaning that this after-school club program helps 4 million children become responsible citizens, healthy and actively smart. Excuse me. The Boys and Girls Clubs for America helps students with different needs. Jeffrey N. Jones, professor with a PhD in Learning and Educational Studies at Western Michigan University, as well as his co-researcher, as well as his co-researcher Nancy L. Dolch, writes a statement from the Boys and Girls Clubs that states the following. We create a set of age groups for comparison consisting of early adolescents, ages 11 to 14, and mid-adolescents, ages 15 to 18. Michael W. Beebs, a professor at the PhD in Health and Behavioral Change at the University of Southern California, writes how after-school programs from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. are positioned to play a critical role in combating against childhood obesity. This organization helps combat against childhood obesity. Ken Springer also writes how among elementary school students, the more programs attended, the greater increase in the overall GPA during the academic year. Meaning the more after-school programs that these children of tomorrow attend can have increased their GPA average. Caitlin A. Ferris, a graduate research assistant at the University of Western Virginia, as well as a colleague, wrote that participation in school clubs associates with higher grade point averages, meaning that these after-school programs help associate with a higher GPA for your children as well as any other children. Now that we've discussed solutions to combat against these problems, now let's talk about why you should donate for this club, or this organization, excuse me. Donating a little bit of your time can help children of today prepare for the future of tomorrow. Donating a single dollar can help a child grow up for a better future. In my audience analysis, I ask if you believe that donating to a charitable organization will help it grow. In my audience analysis, 52% of you agreed, 38% of you were moderate, 5% of you disagreed, and 5% of you didn't agree at all. If you were to have children within the near future, you will want them to grow up successfully, and you will want them to grow up with a healthy lifestyle. Other people will do that for your child if they're in this organization. And if you want your child to receive help, why not help other children receive that same help? On this slide is a PowerPoint. These are just a few of big sponsors that help donate to this organization. And Ken Springer also wrote wrote a quote from the Boys and Girls Clubs for America for their mission statement, which is to, quote unquote, to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. There is another way to donate than just by money. In my audience analysis, I asked how you felt on the charitable organization that will help improve a child's growth. Most of you, if not all, were positive on these responses. There are other ways to donate than just by money, and that is with your time, by volunteering, to help these children become smart and responsible citizens of the future. In my summer vacation, I'm going to be taking classes at my Chaffey College, at Chaffey College, which is to help me take some summer classes in order to meet requirements. After those classes, I'll be donating my time to the Boys and Girls Clubs for America to help these children personally become physically fit and academically smart, so that way they can have a better future. Now that I've talked about solutions against these problems and why it is important, now it's time to conclude on my final thoughts. Children are struggling today academically and physically, and they need your help. With a little bit of money or time, you can help a child grow up to have a successful future. If you were to have a child, you want them to grow up healthy. You want them to grow up smart. And others can help you if your children were to join this organization. So why not help them with their children? Because they will greatly impact their lives.